any cloning of humans that has actually taken place, but if you say is it...
Think they've cloned humans?
I'm not aware of any cloning of humans that has actually taken place, but if you say is it possible to clone
Yeah,
humans?
it's very possible, right?
Of course.
Shout out Clonaid. So they can remove a fragment of bone that's located here. And then this fragment of bone stores all of your memories and consciousness. And with that, they can make a sufficient replica of yourself, a reproductive version of you, including your memories. You can be selective as to which ones you keep or don't keep. This process has been around for quite some time.
Well, it's very simple. I have a clone. I have a clone for music. I have a clone for film. I have a clone for my personal life. I have a clone for my family life as well. So that's how it gets done. And each clone is under contract.
Which one am I talking to now?
Well, if I told you that, then, life wouldn't be as sweet.
How do you do it? I look on Twitter. There you are. Facebook. There you are. Television. There you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was gonna say that. There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag. Okay? About a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm close.
Okay. I appreciate
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
Think they've cloned humans?
I'm not aware of any cloning of humans that has actually taken place, but if you say is it possible to clone
Yeah,
humans?
it's very possible, right?
Of course.
Shout out Clonaid.
This celebrity exposes that he is a human clone.
Actually freeze your body.
Well, what happened with my first gen is they took the skull because he initially had written in a will to the Raelian movement that if something were to happen to him, they can ship the skull over immediately to Clonaid. So they can remove a fragment of bone that's located here. And then this fragment of bone stores all of your memories and consciousness. And with that, they can make a sufficient replica of yourself, a reproductive version of you, including your memories. And you can be selective as to which ones you keep or don't keep. This process has been around for quite some time. Like Dolly the sheep was cloned back in, I think, the late 70s, early 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Dolly the sheep. Yeah, I remember that. And they clone a lot of animals.
Yeah, Clonaid, don't want to say too much information. This is going to be broadcast on the internet.
If you're still wondering what human cloning is, this man is Tom MacDonald. He's a Canadian rapper, and he tells you exactly what it is. Listen carefully to this.
Illuminati knows the answers, taking bone samples to clone rappers. With the artists in prison to silence their vision, genetic copies going home after. They look different, eyes shifted, smile missing, skin lifted. It's scientific. If they can't control you, they erase the old. You get your duplication to enforce their message. They clone Gucci, clone Kodak, clone Eminem. He ain't raps his encore. Know that cloning rap is when they overdose to keep making money from producing more tracks. The game is a sham, turning the artists who challenge to sacrificial lambs. The labels and devils are shaking hands, creating an artisan lab.
Human cloning has been around since the early 1960s. If you don't know who this man is Bill Clinton. He's a former U.S. president. This is what he had to say about human cloning. Listen carefully to this.
That attempting to use known cloning techniques to actually create a human being is untested, unsafe, and morally unacceptable. 2 days ago, the Senate voted to take the time necessary to carefully craft a bill that will ban the cloning of human beings while preserving our ability to use cloning technology for morally acceptable and medically important purposes.
I'm with you. But take a look at this. Look at Katy Perry. Actually, that's not just Katy Perry. That's Zooey Deschanel. That's Katy Perry. Deschanel, Perry. And if you look, maybe her eyes are a little lighter. Zoe, Katie. You see, and the thing is like, okay, we all do share ancestors, but when they're in the industry and they just happen to look the same, it's a little fishy. And here's a picture of them together for anybody who was thinking, maybe they're the same person, but you could actually look it up. They are different people. But they do look too similar to me, and maybe that's just my conspiracy mind. I'm calling it clones. Because there are way too many celebrities that look alike. Tell me if you want to see more, for real.
A lot of people wonder why haven't we cloned humans yet, but the truth is we actually found out how to clone them about 7 years ago. And a lot of people believe that some celebrities were actually killed and then cloned, like Kanye and Britney. In 1996, a sheep named Dolly was successfully cloned. It took many tries, but it worked, and in 1996, technology wasn't as advanced as it is now. In 2002, there was a company called Clonaid. They claimed they cloned a human baby called Eve, however, there was no evidence of this, and they said they didn't release any to protect the family. Now, when this happened, governments around the world banned human cloning. Also, Clonaid was formed by a Raelian cult. Then they were shut down by the FDA, and they moved to the Bahamas to continue. In 2004, they claimed that they had successfully cloned about 14 people. To this day, their company is still up and running. 2007, another group managed to clone human embryos by adding caffeine. 2018, monkeys were cloned, making it the first primates. And after that, cloning was only really talked about in animals. Based on this info, do you think clones exist?
Is Taylor Swift queen of the clones? One look at this photo, and you might think that this is just a younger version of Taylor Swift, and that's just it. But, despite their uncanny resemblance, this girl's name is actually Becky. There is a theory that Taylor Swift is the successful Queen of a Clone program, which sampled their DNA from this lady, Xena Shrek, the former high priestess of the Church of Satan. See the resemblance? Shrek was a pop star and the high priestess of the Church of Satan till 1990. And coincidentally, Taylor Swift was born in 1989. Both Taylor and Xena use serpents as their symbols, and have similar successful careers crossing over from country to pop music, leading many to believe that Taylor Swift was created to take over where Xena left off. So,
I was cloned by Clonaid in Canada. My model number is 0112568.
Where are we gonna type that in? I already forgot it.
A lot of y'all are talking about the clone being fake. Yo, come over here.
Uh-oh.
We got the same tattoo, same hair.
My theory,
Yes, sir.
they're so far apart on the screen because they split screen it. Now, I've never seen someone upload a live stream. The whole point of it is to be live in that moment. You know, I don't know, maybe.
I was cloned.
The Illuminati knows the answers, taking bone samples to clone rappers. But the artists in prison to silence their vision, genetic copies going home after. They look different, eyes shifted, smile missing, skin lifted. It's scientific. If they can't control you, they erase the old. You get your duplication to enforce the message. They clone Gucci, clone Kodak, clone Eminem. He ain't raps his encore. Know that cloning rappers when they overdose to keep making money from producing more tracks. The game is a sham, turning the artists who challenge to sacrificial lambs. The labels and devils are shaking hands, creating our artists in labs.
Reports have come out that scientists in China have cloned dragons. A recent video was trending on TikTok showing these images of what looks to be a laboratory with scientists in China holding dragon-like creatures. It's said that this laboratory is in Beijing and they used CRISPR technology to gene splice these animals and create these dragon clones. The video said that these creatures actually started to attack these scientists and that they had a highly venomous bite. Now, while looking more at these pictures and this story, the high likelihood here is that these are AI generated images, but of course you can make up your own mind on that. Giant creatures that are said to have once been mythological have been proven to be true. The giant squid is one of these examples. In 2002, the giant squid was finally captured alive for the first time, and off the coast of New Zealand, they caught juvenile specimens as well. The world is stranger than we're led to believe. Reports have come out that
scientists are already cloning body parts. This is a human bladder, made of real-life human bladder cells. Even more extraordinary, scientists are already growing human clones. For ethical reasons, this American lab stops their growth at 14 days, just before the microscopic clones develop a spinal cord. But it would be very easy to go one step further and create a human. All scientists have to do is implant an embryonic clone into a woman's womb and let it grow full term. And that's exactly what the Raelians are planning. The first cloned human being you hope will be that from a baby who died.
Right. So this baby died about 2 years ago, and they had the chance to preserve the cell before the death, so we were able to get sampling that are useful, and so we hope to have this baby as the first clone baby.
Professor Bosselier is protecting the identity of the parents involved, but says they are determined to recreate their dead child, whatever the cost.
I think inside of them they want to conceive the child again and go back to zero.
because I read the script and Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart were already attached. And I was like, these characters are jumping off the page. And my role, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the most popular girl in high school. For some reason, I know how to play that. And then it was such a hit. It was way bigger than I even anticipated. And now, I think we're going to make part 2. I think you have to. I think you, have to. They kill you if you try to walk away. And they clone you. Because I read this.
Me versus. Whoa, wait, don't give away too much, man. Yeah, okay. I can say clone, I want to say clone. All right, so there's like a clone Bang Lee. Right. When it comes out, let's get a selfie real quick. Let's hop in for a selfie. Me.
Celebrities who were supposedly replaced or cloned. Will Ferrell. His life had ended back in 2006 of March. He was paragliding in high wind in Southern California and lost control and crashed into the trees. Adam Sandler. He met the angel of death on January 13th of 2017. He ended himself. The police department even made remarks about his death. Jeff Goldblum is the next one who met his demise. He was in New Zealand in 2009 filming for a movie. His mother called him to be sure he was still alive as she even thought he was gone. Was he cloned? Dwayne Johnson. The Rock. Back in April 2017, the legend himself had passed away, but he suddenly went on air a few days later saying it was a hoax, and he would like to shove his dead foot up who's a hole to whoever spread this rumor.
Nicolas Cage and his clone.
Identical Nick Cages.
Well, Seth, I can explain if you just calm down! Okay, as everyone knows, my dream as an actor is to appear in every film ever released. However, until now, I've only been able to muster a measly 90%.
Sure, of course.
But fortunately, today, science has prevailed. And I'm proud to announce that my cloning experiment has finally come to fruition.
I'm sorry, cloning experiment?
Well, that's exactly right, Seth. I am his clone.
Oh. Well, that does make sense, because you two are identical